Hello and welcome to another video on my R53. Today is going to be a quick video about wiper and indicator stalks. My plan here is to disassemble one of these and show you one of the modifications that I've created to allow you to paint these and put all the icons back on. The reason I wanted to do this is none of my interior has any silver left on it now. As you'll see, it's dark grey over here. I've got my indicator stalks as dark grey. My door cards on the other side are a dark grey, and the surrounds around them, they're all dark grey. So what I wanted to do is make my indicator stalks the same colour. Here is my indicator stalk after it has been painted. It's got all of the white icons on. They all match to ISO 7000, and as you can see, that looks like a standard mini product. The nice thing about these is once they're on, they're permanent once you clear coat over the top, and they work and function exactly like any other OEM, and they look nice and clean. I've done the same with the wiper stalks, but this is different to what you would normally see, and the reason for this is I have plastic windows. I don't have a rear wiper, so I've removed all of the buttons that were related to that rear wiper, and then I decided I'd move the icons around to better suit what I've got. The packs that I sell, the black, red and white currently, will come with all of the icons that are needed to do both of the stalks, including if you've got an auto headlight function. So let's go and disassemble one and show you how it's done. So to modify the stalks, what we've got to do is take them apart first. There's a couple of things you want to be aware of. On the facelift, you'll have your alarm light on this side. You can put a little screwdriver under there and you can pop them off. We also want to disassemble this turning part. There's a couple of ways you can do that. There's the more vigorous approach where you can put a screwdriver underneath there and you can lever this off. Sometimes it breaks the mechanism inside, so that's not always ideal. The other thing we've got to do is remove this black area. You could try and paint it with it on, but because you've got all the movement in the stalk, it's best just to remove this. And the method that I've come up with is better to get rid of that. So what we've got to do first is remove this little back cover. There's a peg top and bottom, and it holds it into all of the plastic PCB on that side, and it holds it into the movement mechanism here. So you'd actually struggle to take it all apart without this in. What I'm going to do actually damages the surface slightly, but we can, and on mine what I did is I just sanded that back as I've used it. So you take a small screwdriver, or you can use a plec or anything, and you want to get it in behind this cover. It takes a little bit of prying, but then that cover comes out, and what you can see on this cover is there's a peg there at the top, and on some of the models there'll be a peg on the bottom. Once you're in, what you'll see is you've got a wiring harness that runs from the top to the bottom. We've got to unplug that and remove it. So the next thing we want to do is take this plastic part off. So what we do is go round, sorry I can't show this necessarily on the camera, but all I'm doing is going underneath the clips and levering the clips up and popping the front cover off. So once you've got these up, you'll find that it'll come off relatively easy. You've just got to go around and work each one. There we go. There's nothing that should jump out at you when you're doing this. Right, where are they? And that one. Okay, so once you've relieved the clips, that comes off and goes down on your side. We've then got the stalk that's left. The stalk is held in by a pip at the top and at the bottom. And then all you've got to make sure you've got is you've got a spring on this side. And if I pop him forward, you'll find inside there's a cam follower, and there's another peg at the bottom. You want to make sure that when this goes back together that they sit inside these grooves. If you miss that, you'll put it into the car and find that it doesn't work quite as you thought it would. One thing we want to do now is get rid of this harness that's tethering. So on the other side, we go round again and we just undo those clips. There we go. Cover comes off and you're left with a PCB inside. You can pull on this ribbon cable and remove it, and then it just feeds through. You've got two separate parts. Now what you won't be able to do is feed that harness all the way through there, so you've got a choice here. You can take this black part off. It's not too difficult to get out, but it'll take a bit of time. Oop, dropped it. Plungers with the spring, that'll come out as well. It just comes out the end, and it's got a keyway on it, so you can put him back in there if he falls out. It's probably best to remove him before painting. So put that over there, keep that safe. So the options are, as I say, remove that or keep the harness attached and just leave it in there and just mask it when you're painting. So what I've done in the past, inside here you can see the back end of the plastic for the PCB. So I take another size screwdriver and put it into the rear and pop it forward. Let's see how that goes. So as I pop it, there we go, and the PCB falls forward. What you can see is we've got on the inside, we've got the harness that's from the other side, which is coming down here. So I'm just going to help feed him through a little bit, because at the moment the strain relief, the braid is catching a little bit. There we go. So I've just pulled the braid up in the middle, which will allow me now to push this braid through into here. And what we can do is on the back of the PCB, we can disconnect it. Nice and simple. So we've now got this, which allows us to clean it up and mask it. All I would do is mask around the bottom and keep the top as it is. One thing to be aware of, on the side here, there's the little gear that does all of your movement back and forth. What you will find is it comes out really easy. Don't panic. It's got a little, I can't zoom on it here, but we've got a little cutout here on the triangle, and on this gear here, there is also a triangle cutout. So all you do is make that, you turn it so it's central, so you've got the corner there. You take this and you slot it in over that corner. Once you've got those two aligned, you'll find that they match together and everything's good to go back in. The way that you put this back in is just slide it in, well, connect the electrics, slide it back in, and it will clip into place. That's as simple as that is. That's ready to clean up and paint. This side, what I would do is not bother taking the bottom off. I wouldn't bother taking the wire off. I'd turn it round, push him in, and then I would just mask up, put some masking tape in the back of the hole as well, just to make sure that's fully covered. Sand the damage that you made getting into it. If you used a plastic tool, you might have better luck. I tend to get away with a Stanley knife blade, but sometimes I also find the blades snap off inside there when I'm trying to do it. So leave them as they are, mask around all of the black part, paint it, and once you're painted, then we get to apply the decals. So I'll just grab the other stalk, disassemble it, and show you that the methodology on the other side is exactly the same. Here we are, this is the other stalk, and what I mentioned on this one is about popping the end off. So there's two ways to do that. We can do that now by trying to get underneath it and levering it, but we might do damage. Or when we pop this twisty part off, we can actually put a screwdriver up inside it and push up. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, we've got the back cover. We're going to put a screwdriver inside it and we're going to lever him. There we go, that back cover comes out. As you can see, we've got the locking peg at the top. What I'm going to do differently on this one is not bother disassembling the bottom, because you've seen me do that. It's exactly the same inside. There's a PCB with a ribbon, we can pull it through. But what I am going to do is just pop this side off here. So taking my other screwdriver behind the plastic and popping it. Here we go. I'll just pull him off. So we've now got this end, so we're going to look at how to disassemble the colour end, because everything else is the same. You can take your screwdriver, you can put it inside, you might need a smaller screwdriver, and there we go, on the floor. We've got the PCB in there with the light. Let's grab the cover. Here's the cover. It's just a pop-on cover, so once you're finished painting, you can align the keyways. There's 4 different keyways on there. You put him in place, it sits on there, and you just press him down, and there you go, that's back on. That's the nicest way of doing it. Levering on the outside would probably break it. But again, that's ready to paint on the end, and once you painted, you've put your primer down, you've put your base coat down, so you've got your colour on there. What you want to do is let it all cure for a good period of time, and then you want to come back and put the decals on. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to find something now, and we'll apply a decal to something, and at least that will show you the main idea on how you do that. You take your transfer, and we've got it in place where we want to go, and you just, with a bit of pressure, rub over the top of it, and it will then adhere to the back. So here we go, rubbing over it. You'll see it slightly go, if you've got the red ones, you'll see it go pink. If you've got the white ones, you'll see it's slightly clouded. And once you've done that, you can then remove this transfer. And what you'll see is you've got your letters have transferred over. What they then say to do, or what I'm going to say to do, is you take the backing, put that over the top of your icon, as I have there, and then we want to apply more pressure. I tend to swap over and just use the rear of this because you've got a bit extra. What you don't want to do is go too rough and end up peeling it off because you will scratch it. That's it transferred. That's ready for you now to go and clear coat over the top. When it comes to painting, you want to use a good paint. Typically on things when I'm painting the car, I use a gun. But for these small items, there's just no point. So what I do is I take our stalks, I'll take a Scotch pad, a red one, and I'll clean it up obviously first, but generally just go around working the part, making sure that we've got a good keying surface. Want to make sure that all of the grease is removed before you start doing that. The grease comes from your hands, it also comes from the moving mechanism at the end, so be careful of that. You don't want to get any silicone impregnation and fish eyes into the part. You'll find that the icons scratch off really easy, the original ones. They'll be gone in seconds. So you can give this a good key over with a Scotch pad. Once you're done with that, you can then take a primer. What I tend to use is a U-Pol primer if I'm going by hand. I just find this one works really well. They're not expensive, but they work so much better than all of the other brands like your Halfords primers and stuff. This stuff is a really good primer. It's got a really nice fan on it. It sprays out, and you can go. You can do a set of these in half an hour with a set of cans like this if you've got a Bakelite. Currently, it's -4 in the garage, hence the big coat and probably breath. U-Pol, you can get them from Jowl, which is Jawel. Fantastic company. I buy most of my things from there when it comes to painting, just because they do good products. But the U-Pol professional range of primers is good for this type of application. Then we want to go over it with colour. So what I do typically with the colours, most of my colours are A22. The normal Mini isn't that colour. That is the colour of the dark silver I've chosen. Have a can of this pre-made. That's from the same company. It comes the right colour and it's ready to go. Again, it's got a good fan. It's nice and easy to use for small jobs. I wouldn't go painting a panel with spray cans. I'd get my guns out and I'd do it properly. But this can will do it. Once this is cured, this is the base coat. It's all 1K, none of it's 2K for this application. We apply all the transfers. Once the transfers are on, there's no need to wait. We can grab our clear coat and we can go over the top. Again, clear coat, it's a power can, it's a U-Pol clear, it's a 1K. This has a beautiful fan on it. You keep yourself 5 inches away or slightly further, maybe 7 inches. You can spray over this. There's no need to do any wet sanding or polishing back at the end. Don't go too heavy. It's a clear coat and it's quite thin. But you can spray this on, do a couple of coats and walk away knowing that this is spot on. And that's it. That's your stalks done. You get to reassemble them. It's the opposite way to how we took them apart, and you can then get them in your car and enjoy not having silver indicators and stalks. I hope the video has been useful. If you want to get a set of these, down in the link below, click on it, go through PayPal. If you're international, i.e. outside of the UK, go for the international order. If you go for the UK ones, they'll be sent out next day. Same with the international ones. And they should be with you in a couple of days. They're tracked, they're signed for, they'll come in a little envelope, there'll be an instruction in there, there'll be the stick to apply, there'll be 2 sets of transfers, so if you make a mistake, there is an option to clear it up, and let's go through that now while I'm saying it. So here we go, we've got the icon that we put on earlier, and we realised that we've put it in the wrong place, but we've got a spare and we're okay, and we took our time. You can take your nail, you can scratch over them, and what you'll see is very quickly that removes, which is why you have to clear coat over the top of these. They will stand, so if I was to rub what's left with my finger, everything that was there before I started rubbing it is fine, but they will not withstand scratching. That completely removes the transfers. So that's good if you want to get rid of them from a mistake, but it's bad if you weren't to clear coat over them. Once you're clear coated, you've got to scratch through all of that clear coat, and then you'll be damaging the icons, so you're a long way off doing that sort of damage. So thank you for watching the video, and let's see what we do next time. There'll be more videos coming about the R53 Turbo as well. I've done the dyno day, we've been out on the road in it, we've done a lot of work. There's more videos coming. I've just had a baby and he's taking all of our time. Hence the -4 degrees, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and this is just the time that I could find to get out here, do a quick video on how to do these and get it out into the world. Over the next couple of weeks, expect to see all of the videos that I've cached into the camera and on the memory card. Give me time to edit things and we'll get them out. So until then, take it easy and I'll see you soon. Cheers.